Luis Enrique's PSG is almost impossible to press. In whatever way the opposition tries to press them, they find solutions. But in their recent thriller against Liverpool, Reds went for an aggressive man-to-man approach from the start, as they pressed every possible nearby passing option for PSG. PSG were forced to go wide to the fullback, where they were trapped by Liverpool's intense press, and ultimately PSG lost the ball. It looked like there isn't any way to bypass this kind of press, but Enrique's boys found out a solution. To beat opposition's two-man press, they formed a temporary back three using two centre backs and the right back. Now the middle centre back becomes the free man and will force opposition centre pressing player to close him down. This means opposition striker is forced to leave his assigned player, which is PSG's centre midfielder. So the free man has been created, and to find him, centre back simply uses his partner. But what if opposition's left-sided centre midfielder decided to press the free man? At the moment, it seems he has nowhere to go and will be forced to play into the wide pressing trap. Now players has to use their technical quality within a familiar environment, as they might have trained this exact pattern of centre midfielder playing fullback, who then plays to the dropping winger in the first touch. These situations doesn't give any time to think, as they are quickly closed down from behind. But PSG is trained to solve this by intelligent combinational passing. An impossible to beat press has been turned to a 3v1 against isolated centre back. This situation was possible because opposition centre midfielder was drawn out of position. But what if the opposition goes for extreme measures by pushing yet another midfielder to close the free man, so that their centre midfielder can stay in place and any progression? PSG's clever solution is to invert the right back to again drag the centre midfielder out of position, and this means centre backs are again exposed now. Now PSG progresses by playing two wings, which is occupied by the dropping winger. And if opposition continue with their man-to-man approach, PSG will look to exploit any loopholes in the press, and here it is on the flanks behind the pressing left back. This space was carefully engineered by striker pinning the centre back so that he can't move wide to defend that space. Now the press, which seemed impossible to beat, is easily bypassed. By keeping a stretched back three, PSG always looks to increase the pressing distances. In football, the pressing players are often told to stay compact while pressing, which means they will be usually positioned inside until the ball is played wide. PSG exploits this by keeping the wide option parallel to the centre back, contrary to the high positions full back usually take up in the back four systems. This parallel positioning increases the distance the pressing player has to cover, compared to when the full back is positioned a bit higher. Larger distance means the press will be late, and the fullback will get some time to pick his next pass. To make the progressive options available to the ball carrier, the ball side midfielder will move away from the ball, dragging his marker. This opens up diagonal passing lanes for the fullback. The other two midfielders will also be doing their duty by pinning the opposition's midfield protectors. Ultimately, this leads to space being opened up in front of the defense, and PSG's mobile striker, usually a false nine, can easily drop in and attack this space. From there, it's just a matter of 2 or 3 passes before they can score against the exposed defense. This is how PSG manipulates the orthodox pressing ideas and turn it in their own favor. Often opponents will then switch to a semi-aggressive high press where they try to position high, leaving centre backs free, but at the same time keeping the midfield options under control. PSG's midfielders, especially Vitina, is master in manipulating such pressing schemes. In these situations, he suddenly drops back towards his own goal, manipulating the press towards him. The idea is to take opponent's attention away from his fullback. The pressing players often fall into this trap, as they will desperately try to follow Vitina's movement, allowing the centre back to easily play to fullback, who is free on the flanks, as the winger will be already pinning the opposition fullback deep. What you have seen so far is actually just a small portion of what they actually do, and there is many more brilliant build-up ideas from Enrique's PSG. So please comment down if you want to learn more.